me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So excited that you're with us for another episode of Project Joy Live this morning. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I am pumped today because behind the scenes, looking all mystical and glowy and beautiful, is the mystic Jamad Emanuel. He's come home to the Breakthrough Show Network, you guys, today. He was actually, fun fact, the very first guest ever of the Breakthrough Show back in 2018, that auspicious day in July. And so I'm so excited to have him back today. We're going to be talking to him in just a few minutes, and he is on the road. So I need y'all to show him some love because he has carved out this time for us on the road today. So make sure you show him the joy and the love that we come to know here on Project Joy Live. It is Wednesday, so that means, listen, I had a moment here where the last few Wednesdays we've been a little bit busy, but I want to talk to you about the weather today, okay? All right. Okay, so I'm a happy girl today because the high is only going to be 70 degrees here in Mystic, Connecticut. You all know how I feel about the heat, but I want to talk about the fact that apparently in a week and a day from today, it's going to be 89 degrees here in Mystic, Connecticut. This is unacceptable for New England in May. I'm just trying to say, or will it still be May on that day? I'm trying to get my math. At any rate, it's a little warm, but I know it's coming, so I feel like maybe it's trying to prepare me a little bit because we're gonna have a couple days this week where it gets into the 80s and everything else, and where I'm gonna try to like it and have the joy and be grateful. It's 56 degrees and sunny with Miss Brittany in Clarksburg, West Virginia. 63 degrees down in Charleston, South Carolina. 73 with the Jacksons in Jacksonville. But I have to tell you, don't go in the water today because you guys have a rip current happening problem. You know, you're going to drown if you go out there and go swimming, Jackson. So don't do it. Don't do it. All right. 63 degrees and cloudy in Birmingham, Alabama. 72 and clear in Phoenix, Arizona. 49 degrees in New Mexico. It's a little chilly out there this morning, Susan. Keep you and your horses warm. And always 88 degrees, but it is raining in Africa today. in Chima, Ghana, Africa. It is raining out there. Now I've got Toto in my head again. That this happens every time, every time. Listen, I hope you are doing well today. We've got Miss Brittany out there in the front row. She says, "Hello, Grand Rising, beautiful souls, and happy Hump Day." Happy Hump Day to you, my friend. If you're joining us live, I would love for you to share hello, where you're joining from, and what is bringing you joy today. And with that, I have to tell you what's bringing me the most joy today is having the mystic Jamad Emanuel here. So with that, I wanted you to take a look at what's coming up in October, and then we're going to say hello to Jamad. Jamad is in the building.
Hey everybody, it's so great to see you all. I'm so glad to be here. When you told me I was the very first guest on this show, that was like years ago. They had to
I
been like
know.
4 or 5 years ago. And like
Yeah.
you've been doing the show every day since. You remember we used to have a panel on the show?
Yep.
It was a
Yep.
full panel and I was still like I remember being on the panel show, still traveling like all the time, and
Yeah.
every month I would still be in a new location on the show,
Hmm.
and y'all still had me, through
And it's
all my little.
ironic that you're traveling today.
I don't think it's ironic. I think it's like my commitment. It's my
It is.
commitment to like I don't know, doing my ministry. I'm starting to tell my mom I am a charity that a lot of
Mm,
people donate into, but my charity is to help everybody. So
yeah.
like I'm always on the go helping.
Yeah, yeah. So that listen, you were live on the show. Well, it wasn't. It was live, yes. Back in the day, when it first started, it was the Breakthrough Show. Was the original show that you were on. Donna and I were hosting, and you were talking about the law of attraction. I'm gonna assume that that is still a big part of your life, Jamad.
I will say I am now the mystic coach. I think around that time when I was on the breakthrough, I was this intuitive life coach, and I was really big on the law of attraction because thoughts do become things. What you think about, you bring about. What type of energy you present is what you attract a lot of time. My phrase now, because a lot of people say you get what you believe.
Mm,
Well, now I say, well, if you believe something, be living it. So if
mm-hmm.
you are living it, it comes way quicker, way faster. So if you believe, just be living it. You don't have to tell people what you believe, just live it.
That's it. That's it. I love that so much because it's like joy as well. You don't have to go up to every person and be like, "I am the joy. I am the joy." You can simply live joy and be the joy, and everybody, it's contagious.
Well, you only keep what you give. So
Yeah.
if you're giving joy, you receive joy. That's a
Right.
that's a part of the laws too. It's like if you're giving peace, you get to keep peace. If you're
Right.
giving good energy, you keep good energy. If you're giving an amazing show, you keep an amazing show for years running.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. Absolutely. So tell everybody what you've been up to for the the last few years since you've not been on the show.
Growing my hair, as you see. Like I have headphones on, they're hidden, growing my hair. I have been really just owning my craft because since y'all have seen me, I've become like a well known worldwide healer and psychic.
Mm.
I was thinking earlier today, like, I know I'm famous, but you are famous. Like, you are famous because I'm like, you have the books, you have the cards, you have the network, you've been consistent and committed. You're probably
Yeah.
way more known than you are aware of. Like I be thinking about my celebrities sometimes. Like I'm known in Australia, but you are known all these places through the work that you do, and I think it's amazing. I mean, my bad. I'm supposed to be talking about me, but I did want to put that
No,
note out.
listen. I'll receive.
I did want to put that note out. I was like, I be thinking I'm famous because, like, oh, I'm just, I'm a healer, I'm intuitive. But I'm like, Jessica, you are famous. You don't even know. Like, people know you in Europe. Like you're known everywhere.
I love
And
that.
I have to tell. I have to remind my family that I'm famous. They don't believe it. They don't
Yeah.
believe I'm famous because I guess they don't see me on CNN. But that's a good
Mm.
thing. If I was on CNN, I'd be in trouble.
You're right.
Like I'm in the places where I need to be known. So it's
Oh,
just different.
see, that is a whole word there. I feel like we need to pass the collection plate after that because I am famous where I need to be known. I think some people get so caught up in the fact that they're not getting likes on a certain page, or they're not walking into Walmart and some random person is begging for their autograph. But to be famous, to be known, to be appreciated, to be loved where you are meant to be, where you need to be, that's a whole other thing.
Every time. And I think that's when you're knowing that because, when I talk about the law of attraction, we're going to talk a lot about alignment. But
Yeah.
I think it's really keeping up with the alignment,
Mm.
being where you're present, being where your presence is, like allowing that presence to show and aligning with that and just live it. Because to be honest, to me, I've been telling everybody I'm famous, so I need to be, if I believe that, I need to be living it. So it doesn't matter to me how other people see it, just as long as I'm living it. That's where
Yeah.
it counts. Because really, to me, I've been famous all my life, really. Like,
Mm.
I mean, just at the church, I was that person. At school, I was that person.
Mm.
Just in the streets, I'm that person. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things that the fame may increase as I get older. The fame may increase as you get older, but it's still where where we're supposed to be, is what
Yeah.
I'm mostly saying.
Yeah. I love this whole, because I didn't plan what we were going to talk about today, but I love where this conversation is going because I've Sharon out here this morning, I've Kevin out here this morning, I've Brittany out here this morning, and when I think about you and I think about them, and when I'll bring up to somebody, hey, do you know Jamont, and they say no, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, everybody knows Jamont. So
It depend on what name they know me by.
right.
I go by so many pseudonyms.
Yes.
Only God knows my real name. I'm
Mm.
joking, but let me say this. I will say, just to catch you up on some small
Yeah.
things I've been doing. I have a book that has come out. It's called Jamadism. The
Mm-hmm.
ebook is on my site, but it's going into print very soon, where everybody can have their own copies. Um, I
Yes.
have a subscription service where I'm sending out my weekly messages to my subscribers, where like everybody's getting their own personal reading, just about like to my subscription list. And also, I would say, last but not least, my podcast, which I want you to be a guest on, The Soul Message. I most
Yes.
definitely want you on my show because I want to interview creatives, and you're probably the top creative, creating books, creating cards, creating shows. You're creating things for other people so they can continue to create. It's like you are a creator's creative. You
Mm.
sing, you write, you create. You got babies. You done created
Yes.
all kinds of stuff.
I'm making all kinds of things over here. Human beings, you know.
You name it. So yeah, I think like us coming into this what we would say is third dimension, or coming into this planet, I think it's so we can learn how to be co-creators, so we can learn how to create and keep it that simple. Because I think it's one of those things that, coming from a place of just being spirit, you just are. If that makes
Mm.
sense, you're the highest level of consciousness. But once you come on this place, you're like, okay, from that highest level of consciousness, let me create. Let
Yeah.
me create. Let me
Mm.
create, which you would have never got a chance to do if you weren't here. A lot of
Mm.
people want to get off this planet. No, baby, stay here
Yes.
and learn how to create. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I need to. I have a comment I want to get to in just a minute, but I also, um, I have to gush about your podcast for a minute because let me tell you something. Do you remember me talking about way back in the beginning why I wanted it to be a video show? Because I wasn't really into podcasts. Like, I need that visual. I want to see your face. But I cannot stop listening to the soul message. If you have 1,000 listens on a show, 999 of those are me. I'm just letting you know. Just trying to tell you because your whole this is the way I've felt about you for the longest time, Jamad. Your whole vibe is so soothing. Even when you're riled up about something, you're so grounded. And I just have, like me, I'm like, oh, I'm all over the place all the time, you know? And so sometimes I just need that grounding, but from a fellow Aquarian, if that makes sense, from someone who gets me as well. And so I love the show is so good, you guys. You can literally use the soul message like your own personal oracle deck. You could be like, what am I feeling today? And just click one, and it'll be a whole vibe for you. You take us through a breath, you take us through a moment, and it's so good. It's so
Oh my
good.
God, that's exactly how I see the podcast. Like,
Yeah.
it's your own little oracle message. Like, you
Yes.
just choose the theme, you choose the topic. You're like, let's go for this ride today. Yeah,
Yes.
you say you are 999. Most definitely, I'm probably like in that number. I listen to my show so much because I'm generally receiving all these things from spirit, so it's still a revelation from me a lot of the time. Well,
Mm,
for me, because I'm sitting there like, wow, that just came out, and I'd be like totally listening because I'd be wanting to practice what I preach too. So that's why I
yes.
listen. I listen to make sure I'm practicing what I preach
Mm-hmm.
for
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely. Brittany said he's just peaceful, and I love it. I love it.
Uh, Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that feedback because I know a lot of my other spiritual friends have been listening, and all of them are kind of sharing the same insight. But I will say my book Jamadism is like a book of soul
Mm,
messages where you choose the ism that resonates, and then you get the message. And that's
yeah.
what I'm telling you. I'm really finding that this everybody has a message coming from
Mm,
their soul, and I find that like tapping into these soul messages are giving is really giving me the opportunity to kind of submit some gems, not to like say
mm,
I'm making my own Bible, but to submit
yeah.
some gems and write it down to where people from like the future can read this and be like, you know what, this makes sense, this is what life is, and I'm so glad your mind wrote it down, you know.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to go to this comment really quickly because when we were talking about being famous, Sharon said, famous to me means fabulously familiar or an answered prayer. I love that.
I
I
love
love that
that too.
definition.
Because really, you're generally famous if you are an answered prayer.
Mm,
Okay, if people
yes.
been like, I need this, I need this, I need this, and somehow you show up as the solution, you'll be famous before you know it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Brittany also said that's the human purpose, I believe, to create whatever that looks like to you, just to be in that creative zone. Do you feel like you've been like I feel like you're in this creative zone since you started your podcast. Do you really feel that?
Yeah, I feel that it comes and goes. I know,
Mm,
like, to me, when you're consumed with people, a lot of that creative energy is going out to everybody around you. But once you kind of
right.
get to like being alone, you either have the choice of feeling lonely or being creative. It's
Mm,
like creativity fights loneliness. You can't be lonely when you're creating because you're interacting with the spirit, you're interacting with yourself, and that should be enough
whew,
to keep you company. That's why, like, if you're feeling lonely, it's easy to turn on the karaoke machine and get into the creativity, and then you're
yes.
like, me and Mary J. Blige just having a good time. Yeah,
Cause I like what I see when I'm looking at me when I'm
when I
walking
look
past
at
the
it.
mirror. Right? Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. But oh my gosh, I just love what you said so much about being like you can't be lonely when you're in that creative place because you're connected with spirit. You're connected with
The
what you're
now.
doing. Like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So good. I just need to
That,
marinate on that for an hour.
that's why I'm like in this creative place because like I'm not giving a lot of energy. I'm trying to give it to like my future, plant these seeds because that's another thing about this law of attraction. Like when you say you're gonna plant one seed and you're trying to reap a harvest off of one seed, that's not gonna look like a nice garden. But
Mm,
when you're planting so many seeds, plugging, keeping seed in the ground, plugging, doing your work, plugging, making moves, you're gonna see a harvest before you know it. So
mm,
I try to keep myself committed to creating, putting those seeds in the ground so I can have something great come up, whether it's the podcast, the book, me doing interviews, me doing readings at the bar. Like it's
mm.
easy for me to go be at a bar and someone's like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "I'm a world famous psychic." And I was like, "Oh, can you read me?" If they're not scared, because some people be like, "Oh, I'm scared of that," but used to be kind of game for it because I'd be cute, and they was like, "Oh, read me." I'd be like, "Pick a color," and then as soon as they pick the color, I'm like, do 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 do, and then they just be like, "Wow!" But I think it's like just keep plugging. Like it may
Yeah.
not have been $1 million meet, but it could have led to one.
Right.
You never know.
You never know where things are going. I'm continually surprised. I am, let me say, I am naively surprised when things happen as a result of the seeds that I plant through the work that I do or through the shows or through the network or whatever. I was like, we have this connection online and you never know how it's going to be. And a couple years ago, you and I had the opportunity to get a hug.
We
And to
met in Atlanta.
we did.
Yes, that's
We
so
did.
we took a picture and everything.
Yes, but it was this like moment where like you meet somebody online, you feel like you might have a good vibe, but it was like I think that's why I continue to feel this connection between us because when we met in person, it was like
The
psh,
same. It was like I've known
yes.
you this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
your beautiful family. Like you made me feel like one of the kids. Like like right in the bunch. Yeah, you and your amazing husband. Y'all are so beautiful. Like everything y'all do. Like I've been watching y'all a while, and y'all are
Mm,
extraordinary. Like moving across the country, like just soaring to y'all highest heights. I'd be a seeing. I'd be a
yes.
seeing, and be I admire because I can't say I'm proud because I don't have like no huge investments like y'all not my church and anything, but I do admire because I'm like, wow, they are go getters. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say. There's some go getting people. I didn't
We
want to say this. How did we meet? Because I was wondering that the other day. I was like, I ended up on the breakthrough. I did the interview and I was on the show. But I was like, where the hell do I know Jessica from?
some of the most some of the people who have become the most important people in my life, I have no idea. I have no idea where they came from, where they originated from. For example, like Brittany out there in the audience, like I know that I met her on TikTok, but I couldn't tell you the exact moment that like and where and why and when we connected and all that. And so it's the same thing with you. Like I know I met you on Facebook, but I couldn't tell you where on Facebook or when or why or how the initial. I mean, I guess we could scroll back through a million messages in our messenger and figure it out, but
It could have been some spiritual group. I don't know. It just really makes me wonder because then you introduced me to so many other people, but I only knew them because I met you. And I'm like, how did this even come about? I will say this because I cannot stay long, but I did want to give a soul message
hmm,
for sure.
yes, please.
Yes, and then I may just switch to just being on the call.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I'll say this. I want to do it together. So I want you to read the people and tell me the color that you're picking up from the group. Like
It's
a
like a
general
yellow,
energy.
like a canary yellow.
Oh yeah, because this is the joy group. Okay,
Mm.
give me a moment. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Everybody is becoming very inventive. I think you were telling me that I'm becoming more creative, but everybody's becoming inventive. Like
Mm.
we're receiving downloads through the moon cycles. We're receiving downloads as we're going through these portals. You know, like people be like 5-5, the eclipse season. We're receiving all these downloads, and people are becoming inventive. They're learning to use their, I would say, magician energy, where they're like, oh, I have this tool, I have this tool, I know how to use this, I know how to use that. And now we're coming to a place where we're trying to culminate all these gifts into something very inventive. Like you're inventing something really big that people probably don't even know anything about, but it's something huge. And I know you just invented a new program also, Jessica. Am I right? You just invented, like you just released a program
Mm-hmm.
that you're inviting your community to.
Yep.
So it seems like we're being creative, but we're being very inventive because we're receiving these downloads, and it's because like the world needs us right now. That's why you're seeing more of the spiritual side hitting the media. You're seeing more of the mystical side hitting the media, but it's only because people like you, people like me are willing to invent the space for that. So everybody listening, you're going through an inventive time, and I think it's very important that you believe in yourself. Whatever you believe you can invent is going to happen. So just be living it. If you're going to invent one of the greatest conferences that has ever been seen, if you're going to invent one of the greatest programs, if you're going to invent one of the greatest courses, because somebody is doing a course. You know, it's that simple to say, I'm going to live it. I am the instructor. I am the master teacher. I am the one that source is pumping
Mm.
information into. And I think there has to be an acceptance, because if everybody's going to go, like y'all inventing things to go to your next level, if there's no level of acceptance of who you are at the core, you're not gonna believe it. Like when okay, I'm thinking of something. Somehow I'm getting this visual of Frankenstein. You know, Frankenstein was something just thrown together. But the genius knew he was a genius, and he was like, I'm gonna invent this, I'm gonna make, and he did the impossible, scare the whole town. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yep.
just know that you can put these things together. You are a genius. You can make it work. So believe it, be living it. Don't doubt yourself. Don't sleep on yourself. Like, get with the invention. Okay? And sometimes
Mm.
we'll be scared to think, like, oh, is this invention really real? Is this really going to happen? Yes, this invention is really real. It's going to happen. But it has to come from you. So be happy about it, because really, you could be doing nothing.
Mm.
You should be glad you're doing something.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Yes. Thank you so much, my friend. That was beautiful. And I hope you all are receiving that joyful energy this morning. Before you go, Jamad, will you tell everybody the best places they can find you and where can they listen to the soul message as well?
You can listen to the Soul Message on iHeartRadio, on Amazon Music. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and also I have a YouTube version going on too. So you can listen to Soul Message just about anywhere. Or you can go to my website, themysticjamad.com, click the menu, and just click Soul Message. You can listen to it there. Also, if you want to
Perfect.
see more of me, like if you want to see me, follow me on Instagram at Mystic Jamad. That's MYSTICJAHMAD. And really, I think that's all I got going on. Is y'all can most definitely subscribe though. Subscribe on Spotify. Oh, the podcast is also on Spotify and everywhere. It's really everywhere,
Yes.
honestly, because the people can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. Yeah,
You
for
know I
sure.
can. I've got it on repeat on Spotify over here. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Jamad, will you come back another day with me?
I most definitely am coming back, because
Okay.
I felt like we didn't get to talk as long as I wanted to. And plus, it seemed like we had so much to catch up on.
I know. I know. I know. Well, we will get into more next time. I love you so much, and I appreciate you, and I'm wishing you safe travels today. And thank you so much for being here this morning, Jamad.
I love you more, and we got to get together about you coming on my podcast because now
Yes.
I want because y'all get to hear me, because then you can help me do the message for sure. Because I know you
Oh,
got a
yes.
lot to say. Oh, it's gonna be great.
I always have a lot to say. That's how come I have a whole network and not just a show. All right. All right. All right, my friend. Have a good trip. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. Listen, was Jamad not a whole vibe this morning? Would y'all put some hearts and loves and kisses and hugs and all and stars and moons and good vibes down in the comment, please, for my friend Jamad. Show him some love today. I'm so thankful that he was here. It's such a good thing because I love him so much, but also it allows me the opportunity today to be a little bit nostalgic and think back to the first show, the first thing, the first time, because he was there. And thinking about how far I've come, how far you all have come on this journey with me. I just have to be in that. I just have to be in that for a minute. I'm so appreciative of it this morning, and it brings me so much joy. I have a little secret this morning. So remember, I was telling you about something yesterday. I had made a little announcement yesterday morning about the Project Joy community that I'm building. If you just can't get enough of joy, if you come on Project Joy and you want more and you want to make more joy, or you want to be the joy, you want to create the joy, you want to find more joy, because when you are the joy, your joy happens around you more often. I shared with you yesterday that the Project Joy Live community, or the Project Joy community, is starting on Friday. But the doors are open. If you are listening this morning, you can actually go to projectjoylive.com. I put it down in the comments for y'all, okay? projectjoylive.com. The doors are open only for those of you listening on the show this morning, okay? You can go there, projectjoylive.com. It is on special from now through the end of June, okay? It's on special. And you're going to get a free copy of Project Joy, the book, to take it to the next level when it comes out on July 4th, because Independence Day for me is about finding that joy learning to be the joy, and knowing that no matter what happens outside of me, no matter what people, things, circumstances, BS tries to throw my way, I am still the joy, and I will be it, create it, and live it no matter what. That is true independence to me. So Project Joy, the book, is coming out on July 4th, but little inside scoop, you can go join the community now. The doors open officially on Friday. But if you're listening to the show right now, you can go to Project Joy Community, projectjoylive.com, get signed up, go into the community. And I'm excited because I even put a little love message in there for you. If you join today, there's a little love message in there already for you this morning. So really excited about this space because if I'm living joy every day, I might as well share it with you guys. And so that's what this space is all about. So really excited about that. What else is going on? So I got to talk to you really quickly about national days this morning. It is National Wyoming Day. So for anybody out there in Wyoming, wishing you a happy day today. It is also Brothers Day today. Brothers Day. That's very cute. Honors the brothers in our lives, whether we have one or many. They hold a special place in our heart. I actually have 3 brothers. My oldest brother, who was 4 years younger than me, passed away 13 years ago. But I also have 2 other brothers, Gregory and Sean, that I'm very proud of. So wishing them a happy Brothers Day today. It is also let's see, National Scavenger Hunt Day. Oh, I love a scavenger hunt. That's fun. It sends us off to find random items and all in the good name of fun. American gossip columnist, author, songwriter, and professional hostess Elsa Maxwell is credited with the introduction of the scavenger hunt for us to use as a party game in the modern era. The game challenges teams to scavenge for a list of odd items. As part of the rules, participants are not allowed to buy the objects. Depending on where the hunt takes place, players may have to beg, barter, or even work for them too. Some scavenger hunts add difficulty to the game by adding riddles describing each item. The team with the most items or the first to complete the list wins. How many of you think that we need to have a scavenger hunt when we have our in-person event in October? I'm just thinking how much fun with that. I'd be sending you guys out to the little rock out in the middle of the ocean. I'd be sending you guys out there like, go take a selfie with a seal and get back to me. Can you just imagine? Don't think that I'm not including a scavenger hunt in our October meetup now, okay? All right, because that's what will be happening. Selfie with the seal coming to you on the next episode of Project Joy Live. It's going to be so much fun. So let me know what you are celebrating today. I, of course, have to celebrate our birthdays today, which I'm very excited about. Okay. In the celebrity world, Bob Dylan has a birthday today. 82 years old today, Bob Dylan. Priscilla Presley has a birthday today. Miss Patti LaBelle. Listen, I was listening to some Patti LaBelle before the show. I got a new attitude, right? Okay. Patti LaBelle, happy birthday to you. And by the way, she's 79 years old today. Boys and girls, Miss Patti LaBelle. Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars has a birthday today, and John C. Reilly has a birthday today. You might have seen him in Chicago, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, many, many movies. John C. Reilly is an incredible actor. So happy birthday to him. And in the celebrities in my life, Miss Sheila Galligan has a birthday today, so wishing her a happy birthday as well. All of that going on. Let's get our birthday song on. You ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob Dylan, Priscilla Presley, Patti LaBelle, Mark Ballas, John C. Reilly, and Sheila Galligan. Happy birthday to you. birthday to all those that are celebrating today. I wish you an amazing day. I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing rest of your week. We're feeling good here on Project Joy Live this week, I would say. We started off with a bang with Dr. Lauren Harris. We had some laughs yesterday with Brandon Croucher and those pets that look like their owners. And then this morning, Jamad brought the whole vibe. I'm here for it. It is the Jamad vibe is part of my party bus now. Okay. It's what it is. So if you enjoyed Jessica's party bus, now you get a bonus of Jamad's vibe behind the scenes as well. All right. I know he'll be back to join us another time, which will be amazing. I want to thank him for being here today. I want to thank all of you. Yes, I agree. It's been great. I want to thank all of you wherever you are watching or listening in the world. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye, everybody.